This episode is brought to you by Raycon.
Initiating moisture.
Welcome to the Moist Meter. Today we're looking at 2019's most controversial film, Joker. I've already made a whole video talking about the drama and controversy around this movie, so I'm not going to go too hard in there. But now that I've seen it, I'd like to at least say I don't think this movie is going to incite violence and inspire children to light libraries on fire or take a shit and smear it over a cross or anything like that. I don't think this movie glorifies chaos, mayhem, or violence in any manner whatsoever, and I just wanted to get that out of the way. Now let's talk about the movie itself, which is absolutely fucking extraordinary. I went into this not expecting much. The first images I saw of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker costume made me laugh. I thought he looked like a meth addict cosplaying as a 1980s Jack Nicholson Joker without a lot of effort behind it. But man, was I blown away by this movie. I gradually got more interested in it as more trailers came out, but even still, I didn't expect it to be as good as it turned out to be. From start to finish, this movie is just a masterpiece, an absolutely incredible character piece. It's all on the back of Joaquin Phoenix's performance. It is superb. I'm not a guy who nitpicks acting. I'll go scene by scene. Oh, I didn't quite like the eyebrow expression he did there. I certainly wouldn't make it. That's not real. My immersion's broken. Fucking horrible acting. Movie's an F. I'm not the kind of guy that really grades actors that harshly on their performance. If it's really bad, I notice it. If it's really good, I certainly notice it. And in this case, it's above really good. This is on par with Heath Ledger's Joker from The Dark Knight, and that's huge. I really just think the Joker is just one of the all-around best-written villains that we see in movies occasionally. I just really love the character, and I love what each actor was able to bring to it. The Heath Ledger Joker interpretation and Joaquin Phoenix's are two very different characters, so you can't exactly compare them, but Joaquin Phoenix's is just so mesmerizing to watch on screen. You never really... It always makes you uneasy, but you never really know where he's going with it. He rides the line of madness fucking incredible. He fucking tap dances on it. It's so incredible to watch the transformation from the start of the movie to the end of the movie. It was just an incredible ride, and it's all because of what he was able to do as an actor. Now, that being said, I think some of the direction they went with showing him going crazy is just a little goofy. This isn't a spoiler, so don't worry, but there's a scene where he's going crazy and he puts himself in a fridge for 3 seconds. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can see he's going crazy, but why the fridge? Is there some symbolic meaning behind this cryogenic therapy or whatever? I didn't really understand it. There's a couple of scenes like that where it's crazy for the sake of crazy shit that I don't think really added much to the character because he was already doing a great job of showing the insanity transition. You just didn't really need him jerking off in his underwear to the sound of distant screams in the city to show that he's going crazy. It seemed, really reaching there when they were already fucking nailing it. And that's the only actual kind of complaint I even have about the movie. It's not even a complaint, because it's not like it really bothered me. I just thought it was unnecessary to the character. This movie as a whole is just so fucking good. The score is another thing I'd really like to point out. This movie's score is fucking incredible. It adds so much to the already extremely tense scenes. And, oh man, I'm really trying not to spoil anything, and it's hard to talk about a lot of the things I want to talk about without getting into spoilers as to how he ends up as the character and what he does as the Joker when he gets to that transition. But I just love all of what it builds up to. It's not just... There's a lot to it. It's not just you taking it at face value. The movie is about a man who gets his shit kicked in by society and he gets more and more insane. But there's a lot more to it than just that. And I really appreciate all of the different directions they took in getting him to the point that he ends up at. The journey is just a really memorable one that makes a very lasting impression on the viewer, I would like to imagine. It challenges them to think about certain things, and to do that as a comic book movie about a comic book character, I think is nothing shy of great. Because I really like the Joker as a character as a whole, and to see him done so well and just done so much justice with this movie is great. And it's not just Joaquin Phoenix that does a great job in this movie from a performance standpoint. I really think all of the surrounding characters as well contribute a lot to it. But overall, the movie is on the back of Joaquin Phoenix, and that's a good thing. He takes up the majority of the screen time, and you still want more. And he has this really good Joker laugh. Joker laughs are just super embarrassing these days because they've been done to death, especially after Heath Ledger's. You had YouTube flooded with people doing Joker laughs. Roommate walks in the video, you know, shit like that. So hearing a Joker laugh in this day and age, it makes you kind of want to roll your eyes. But Joaquin Phoenix, his play off of Joker's iconic laugh is probably my favorite, even more so than Heath Ledger's. He makes the Joker's laugh fucking disturbing. Get some like phlegm gargling in there. Each one's kind of different tonally and how it affects him. They make his laugh like a disability, and it's really unique. And I just really enjoyed every time he did his fucking laugh in this movie, which is a lot. So you get ready for that. But I just there's nothing I didn't like about what Joaquin Phoenix did here. Every time he fucking moved and grooved, where he's dancing, you know, doing the fucking stanky leg, you know, everything shy of breakdancing in this movie. I enjoyed it. Now, something I'm sure a lot of people were concerned about based on what I was reading before it came out, I just farted a lot, is that people were afraid the movie would be boring and focus way too much on just good acting instead of being entertaining. Even though I think the two can go hand in hand often, I can see their point. It might get boring just to watch him laugh in front of a mirror for 2.5 hours. Yeah, I get that. But at no point is the movie ever boring, nor does it drag in any certain parts, in my opinion. I think everything in the movie really works and keeps everyone on the edge of their seats. And there is action in the movie. There are certainly scenes of action, but there's not a lot. They're used very sparingly, but when they are there, they're extremely intense. They're very, very tense situations, and that's great. There's just a whole lot here. I don't think anyone will be bored in this movie, but if you're going here expecting action, you know, you're not getting John Wick. You're not getting Ip Man. You're getting a character piece that's all about this really well-written villain that you are watching fall into madness, fall into this really dark place. So plugging Joker into the moist meter, I'm giving this movie a 95%. Now, I know comic book movies and shit, everyone's so tired of adapting comic books into shit, and, you know, I don't think the trend's dying out anytime soon, but I'm really fine with comic book movies, especially unique ones like this and The Boys. I really think comic books shouldn't be shit on just for being, you know, cape hero shit and, you know, all that garbage. I really think there's just so much unique stuff you can do with these properties. So I'm totally fine with more comic book movies to come, and especially if they're like The Joker and The Boys. But this movie was really, really good. Much better than I was expecting, and one of the very few times that when a movie is hyped up to be like an incredible performance from an actor, it not only matches that, but exceeds what you're expecting from the actor. An incredible movie. Really fucking good. That's it. I'm sure most of you have noticed, but I usually use wired earphones, but what most of you don't know is they're semi-rotten and the left side's wire is completely exposed. So I decided it was time to upgrade, because especially at the gym, I think that shit's probably a hazard. Gonna shock myself at any moment and ruin my rep and probably just bust my fucking ass open. So I decided to go wireless, and I got Raycon wireless. And so far, this has been fantastic. My muscles are getting bigger thanks to not fucking around with the wire at the gym, and just overall a very positive experience so far. So what are Raycons? Raycons are wireless earbuds co-founded by Ray J, and they're stylish, comfortable, come in a variety of patterns and multiple different fit options. And unlike their competitors, they're coming in at half the price of the premium brands, and they're far more discreet and stylish. You don't have the little stem hanging down your ear when you're wearing a wireless earbud. And the sound quality is just as amazing as the other top brands you're familiar with. The newest model is the best one by far. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design, which gives you that nice noise isolating fit. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description below for 15% off your order.